Hello to all of my family and friends. I am so sorry so long to say hello. It was very busy with family, holiday celebrate, and hospital fair I work. But I want to say New Year of happiness to all of you. Much happens in last couple of weeks, but I do want to talk about most current news, okay? I learned something brand new at my Christmas party that you do here in America, which I now be here for second year. These peoples tells me that they do a, how'd you say, New Year's restitution, New Year's revelation, how'd you say?
She means resolution, New Year's resolution.
Oh, yes, resolution. I ask, what is this New Year's resolution mean? I learn is when someone promise they either give up bad habit or start good habit for New Year. I ask, what kind of things is this? They laugh and say, most people say they will lose weight or quit smoking. I ask, why'd you laugh? They say, because most people do not keep New Year's resolution for more than 2 weeks. So I get storm of brain and decide to go survey people to see if true. Before we talk about survey, I want to tell you about a friend I meet at Christmas time who comes to my party with another friend. I tell him about my storm of brain to do these surveys about New Year's resolution. He say he loves to do surveys. He would like to help me. I was excited to have friend go with me, but he's just friend, okay? So please, let me invite now. Please come and introduce self to people, okay?
Oh, hello there, Dr. Lovely. Louise. Did I say that out loud?
Okay.
Hi there, Dr. Louise's audience.
Professor Peedo, you no need to be that close to camera. Come sit down here
sorry.
with me.
I saw a spot on the lens and I just want to look the best I can for your audience.
Okay, now introduce, okay?
Well, my name is Professor Stewart Quincy Peedo, but my friends all call me Stu.
You never tell me people's called you Stu. Professor Stu Peedo. Do you know, I just think of something. If you say your name very fast, it sounds like Professor Stupido.
I've never heard that one before. That's good.
So you sure you want me called you Stu?
Well, sure. That's what everyone else calls me. Well, except for my family. They've always called me Buck. I don't know why.
I think I just called you Professor Peedo, okay?
Oh, yeah, okay. Sure, that's fine. But you know, we really should get back on track for your audience, Dr. Louise.
Yes, you are right. Before we start to talk about survey, do you want to tell audience about where sort of combined resolution we made?
Well, sure, I'd love to.
Okay.
I have my own resolution that I made this year that I'm saving until the very end, so make sure you stick with us, folks.
Oh, I am curious because he not even told me yet.
So, I read the Bible every single day. It's the absolute best habit I have ever formed in myself.
Just me too. I read Bible every day for years, but I want to read entire Bible throughout in 1 year. So I decided to start January 1.
Yeah, and when Dr. Louise told me that she was going to do that, I told her I've always wanted to do the same thing.
So I suggest we both read our 1 year Bible each day and discuss what we learn.
I told her that I love that idea because then we can hold each other accountable to make sure we do it every single day.
Yes, and so far, as of day 23,
Today,
I guess, we both keep resolution. But we no see so much good about keep resolutions out there.
should we tell the audience about the survey that we co-conducted? I have the statistics right here.
Yes.
Well, we surveyed 306 people. And you know what? I calculated that the population proportion of those who gave up on their New Year's resolution within the allotted window of 14 days was an astounding 78.4%.
Okay, you no need to go into so much detail, Professor Brito. You confuse audience.
But I love surveys. Data. I'm just not sure which one I like more. Qualitative or quantitative?
Okay, so now talk about our survey. Is okay I take first one?
Well, of course, my lovely. Ladies first.
Okay, we have too many to do all. But from all those surveys, we choose ones we think everyone like to hear, okay?
A lot of responses were normal, but some were very strange.
I know.
So as we walked down the street, as a matter of fact, we were walking down Filbert Street on the southwest side of
Professor Peedo, too much information. They do not care very well. So, as I start to say, we asked this lady what she gives up for New Year's resolution. She tells me, I give up Donnie. I ask, what is this give up Donnie mean? She says, the big slob sit his butt on recliner all day, bottle of beer in one hand and TV remote in the other. Click, click, click. And so I decide to kick him to curb.
kicked into the curb.
I ask what this means, kick to curb. She become very angry and say I kick Donnie out of house and get rid of that bum.
Yeah, well, you know, she did say that she did let him stay in the garage.
Yes.
It's cold outside. Hey, you know, I wonder if he has electricity in there.
Why?
Well, he probably moved his recliner, his TV, and of course his beer refrigerator out there too.
Anyways, I tell her about my late husband, Louis. He went to heaven 7 years ago and I miss so much. Good thing for Donnie, most New Year's resolution only last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I say, is Donnie back in house now?
Yeah, from the sounds of that one, she is one of the 21.6% that actually kept their New Year's resolution. Well, so far anyway.
Yeah, and she get quite mad and tells me she no want to hear story about my Louis, and it's time for us to go now.
Yeah, she was so rude. I don't know. So let's go on to the next person that we surveyed.
Okay.
He told us that he is changing his drinking habit. So of course, I assumed that he meant he was giving up inebriating libations.
So I say, do you mean you no more to get drunk?
Yeah, then he clarified his statement and said, no, he has reduced his soda intake to half of his previously consumed levels.
And so I ask what this means halftime soda. He says he used to drink 16 cans soda every day and now only drinks 8 soda a day.
Well, my inquisitive nature kicked in, and I asked him, how much water is he habitually ingesting on a daily basis? He said, well, at least 8 ounces a day. I'm surprised he didn't drown. That's when things got, well, should we say, a little bit intense. Tell the audience what you said then, Dr. Louise.
Well, I say, no, this is not good. I try to give him medical advice because I'm medical doctor. I tell him this is not good, that he needs to cleanse system, cleanse organs with much water and not our soda. This is not good for you. He tells me, shut up. I no ask for advice.
Yeah, well, that was not very nice, Dr. Louise. So the next subject we surveyed tells us this. Oh, Dr. Louise, can I tell this one? It's my favorite. It's so funny.
Yes, please, Professor Peedo. I'm sorry. I think this one gross.
Oh, so we enter into a public establishment for the purchase of human nutrition.
Oh, he means we go to grocery store.
Yeah, well, we approached this gentleman who had an appearance that I would assume would be very attractive to most women. You know, kind of like me. And I asked him if he would assist us in our survey about New Year's resolutions. He said he'd be happy to. This is where it gets really funny. He said that his New Year's resolution was to stop, well, let's just say, expressing his natural gastric acidities in public establishments and then hiding and recording the reaction of unsuspecting individuals.
Oh, yes. In other words, he fought in store aisles and then hide to watch strangers sniff to video their reaction. Why he do this?
Well, I thought it was very creative, especially how he hid and waited for his victim to enter the vicinity of the smelly vapor. Hey, I wonder if he posts those videos on the internet.
I don't think funny, and I don't like this. Okay? Is my turn now?
Yes, Dr. Louise, it's your turn now, but I'm telling you right now, I'm still going to be laughing on the inside.
This one, where we start at grocery store, okay? So we approach woman, and she says her New Year's resolution is to leave some of the meat on clearance for other persons and not take other meat on clearance for herself.
Yeah, you remember how full her cart was full of clearance meats? Oh
Yes,
my gosh.
it was almost overflow of meat. I asked her, is this your cart with all these meats on clearance? And she says, yes. I say, well, what about your New Year's resolution? And you share some of these clearance meats for other persons.
Yeah, then she told us that it's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, our audience is never going to believe this one.
No, they won't.
She said that she has been diagnosed with carnivorism. That's right. I said carnivorism.
Yes, but I say to her, I am medical doctor. And I have studied many medical journals and never hear of this carnivorism, okay? I think she is crazy.
Yeah, I know. It seems like society in general is doing everything they can to turn every person's individual shortcomings into some sort of a disease.
I know, understand. I know.
Okay, well, there were many good ones that we could articulate to the audience, but should we do just one more?
Well, just so last one I think is more strange. Then can we tell audience about wonderful news about new friend Martha?
Okay. Well, this resolution seemed like a perfectly normal one at
Yes.
first, but then something very strange happened that I certainly did not anticipate. We were walking to my car after lunch and we met a lady.
Yes, and we asked her if it's okay to let us certify, and she says yes. She says her resolution to quit smoking. I tell her that is great because very bad for health. I ask her, how is she doing? And she says, I have not had a cigarette since New Year's Day.
Yeah, we told her how great that was and that she actually fell into the minority of people, only 21.6% that have actually kept their New Year's resolution more than 2 weeks. But then the strangest thing I've ever seen happen transpired.
Yes, as we stand talking, someone walking in other direction is smoke cigarette. She looked at him, waits for him to pass, and then turns and follows very, very close behind him so she can sniff smoke from cigarette. crazy people.
Yeah. Well, rather than follow Crazy Lady, this subject, we decided to end that survey right then and there.
Yes. Professor Peedo, we now tell audience about Martha. This one start out very sad but end very good.
Well, we had fully consummated our scientific analysis of New Year's resolutions, and I was driving my darling Dr. Louise home when we were crossing over Solomon River Bridge, and then...
I yell at this time, Professor Peedo, pull over, pull over.
More like she shrieked for me to pull over. I had no idea what was going on.
Then I see on the edge of a very tall bridge, woman with very long black hair stand there, and I have overwhelming feeling something is very wrong.
Yeah, we know now that was God leading you.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull over on the shoulder and we disembark the automobile.
I approach woman very slowly. She turned to me and I see much cry in her eyes. I ask her what is wrong.
She said that she was keeping her New Year's resolution, and we asked, well, what do you mean? And she said, sadness covered the sun in 2021, so no more blue in 2022.
Yeah.
And I'm going to end it right now.
I ask her why. Why'd you want to end?
So sad.
She tells us no one loves me, no one cares, so neither do I. So next thing I say, I no recommend this for everybody, okay? But I have Holy Spirit inside of Dr. Louise, and I feel very strongly God wants me to help her. He wants me to show her she really is loved.
Yes, then my sweet Dr. Louise, with her heart of gold, asked her if she could take her home for a nice meal and talk.
Yes, and even though it take a while to get her off edge of our bridge, she do agree. During dinner, I asked her to stay with me for a while. I really wanted to show her the love of Jesus. So now she'd be with me for 2 days. And she started asking questions about why we help her. I tell her, Jesus love her and no want her to end her life. The best news is this. During morning
I haven't heard
coffee,
this.
No, during morning coffee today, she asked me if she could borrow my Bible while I go all day.
Really? Oh, that's excellent news, Dr. Louise. I think we should go and buy her own Bible. What do you think?
I like it. My favorite Christian bookstore is on way home. But Professor Peedo, we need to finish.
Okay, and now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Drum roll, please, Maestro.
Oh, stop it and just tell us what your resolution is. He no even share it with me.
So, my daughter Sandra and I have always been so close ever since her mom passed away many years ago.
Oh, I like to meet her sometime.
Oh, of course you will. So anyway, she got this dog while she was away at college. Very cute dog. But we found out shortly after she had acquired the canine that she was, let's just say, a special needs dog.
What you mean a special needs dog?
Well, she's a giant fur-bearing Great Pyrenees that's deaf, schizophrenic, has obsessive-compulsive disorder, and barks incessantly.
I am people doctor, but I never hear of this for dog. It's true.
Yes, it's very true. And let's just add extremely annoying to that as well.
Okay, you the one who knows dogs, so I guess true. Very much special needs.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my goodness. Wow.
So anyway,
So you now, wait, let me say. So you tell us about dog, but what about your New Year's resolution?
well, that's just it. I told my daughter that I have resoluted her dog.
Huh?